fifth championship meeting between the counties. It all started back in 1930, 1979, 1985, you may well remember, was the All-Ireland semi-final. 112 to 2-9 it ended up with Eamon McEnaney, now the Louth football manager, scoring a late equaliser from a long-range free. In the replay, however, was won by Kerry. Well, Seamus McEnaney in his third championship season as Monaghan manager has really done wonderful work for his county. He really believes that these boys have the capabilities of going further. Would you, Martin Carney, agree with that assessment?
Oh, I fully agree with that, Marty. I saw Monaghan playing in the National League about 18 months ago against Mayo, and I thought they were a very poor team at the time, but he's made immense strides since then. And again, it's a great credit to the collective belief that's in the team and to the work that he has put in with it, and that they have had such a good championship to date. I was privileged to see them, I think, on 4 occasions this year. In each one of those games, they were extremely spirited. They're a very flexible team, Marty, and there's some of their players are as versatile as players as you get in the country.
You know, I was reading recently where the Monaghan players themselves, you know, you talk about managers at club and county level doing or implementing various codes of discipline. These boys voluntarily for the last 3 months went off the drink. It was they imposed their own rules. They said they want to make it in the big time in Gaelic football at intercounty level.
Well, I think any team that's successful now will have a fundamentalist dimension to it among the players, and maybe the teams that haven't been successful can look to the fact that there has been an absence of that type of player in them, but they have been outstanding. I mean, the likes of Tommy Freeman has been wonderful with the 220 he has scored. He's been, you know, the leading light up there, but alongside him also Damien Freeman, Rory Woods, Paul Flinney, all of them have contributed immensely to the Monaghan revival.
Let me just go down to Kerry just for a moment, because the 6-week break, how significant is that, Mark?
I think it's a difficult enough thing to gauge, Marty, until we see them play. I mean, they played on the 6th of June against Waterford in a non-event, really. They played on the 1st of July against Cork in the Munster final. They have been training now for 6 weeks, and again, I remember speaking to one of their former players last week, and he just thought that the Kerry players looked a little bit gaunt, looked as if they had overtrained somewhat. So they'll be glad to get into a competitive affair again today. But again, Kerry are Kerry. There's somewhat between 30 and 40 All-Ireland senior medals between the lot of them, Marty. So I mean, you know, they have got class, they have got quality, they have all the proven ability.
I think it's 9 players have 17 All-Stars awards between them, just 9.
Yeah, and again, we're privileged today, I think, to watch some of the greatest players of recent times. The likes of Darragh O'Shea in the centre of the park. He's been an immense player. Aidan O'Mahony, I think, has filled the mantle
done very well.
Very well of you know, the retired Seamus Monaghan. And again, the 2 O'Sheas in the right flank are superb footballers.
What about the left flank, as we'll call it, as you use that terminology? The Pádraig Reedy, Killian Young. Is there a possible weakness there that Monaghan could possibly expose, a lack of experience?
Well, there is a lack of experience, Marty. That's you can't argue with that. But Killian Young, to me, is a very good player. But again, the level of experience that's in the Kerry team in general can compensate for any inexperience that is there. And I think just the collective class that they have, the ability to cover for one another. O'Mahony, as I said already, he's a tremendous player and will play anywhere for them. And is a great sweeper up and fireman for the likes of Reedy and Killian Young.
I was in the Monaghan dressing room there about a half an hour ago, and all plastered all over the dressing room was pressure on every wall. Do you want it? No next year. These are the phraseologies that are being plastered all over the room, and obviously the philosophy.
Yeah, you won't see them in too many coaching manuals, but as I heard Banty McEnaney saying before, and they'll tackle like savages from number 15 all the way back. And it's interesting, just as we speak, Marty, Vincent Corey has gone full forward.
Well, there's the answer to the €1 million question. Vincent Corey plays at full forward, not at full back. It's the last of the Bank of Ireland quarter-finals. Who will play Dublin on August 26th? Answers going to be unfolding here live on the Sunday game. Hope you enjoy it. It's Monaghan against Kerry, coming to you live from Croke Park. Thomas Freeman getting his first touch in the quarter-final, laying it back fires Paul Finlay. A surprise last-minute addition to the team that played Tyrone. It's curling in the breeze, I'm afraid. Much to the disappointment of Monaghan fans, is the first wide of the day. Monaghan won the toss, playing from right to left. As we speak, there's just a light drizzle falling from the clouds over the capital here on the east coast of Ireland. As you can see, the fans responding to the weather conditions at the moment, but hopefully I can see blue skies well over the Cusack stand in the distance. Hopefully it is coming our way. Goalkeeper Diarmuid Murphy with the first kick out for him. A little bit of pushing there by the Monaghan midfielders. Free to the Kingdom. Darragh O'Shea lofting it in high towards Kieran Donaghy. Knocked down towards the Gooch and Mike Frank Russell. Tackling very, very hard is Colin Flanagan, ex-Kilmacud player, back with his native Anamullen now. Down towards Kieran Hanratty, who's last minute addition to the starting 15. Laying it back, fires Rory Woods. Donamoy willing to take on the Kerry defence. Floating this high. It's on target, it looks like. The umpires consult. It's the opening score. It's the start that the Ulster boys needed.
Yeah, it's a lovely score. Again, Kieran Hanratty very involved in that move. Again, a lovely pass to Rory Woods, who again just took his time, had the confidence shot, and good opening score.
In his third championship season, Rory Woods operating at centre half forward, wearing number 14. Paul Finlay driving it in long. First to meet it is Mark O'Shea. Just taking his eye off it momentarily was Pádraig Greedy. Fair hit by Paul Galvin. Fair shoulder. Referee concurs with our assessment. Sideline ball to the Kingdom. Ball given away by Dara. Paul Finlay loops this in high. Thomas Sullivan knocks it down. Comes first Thomas Freeman. It's point number 2. Monaghan may have been late coming onto the field. They were due out about 5 minutes before they arrived, but they have arrived most importantly in the playing arena. 2 minutes 47 seconds played, 2 points to the Ulster boys.
Yeah, and very much the start they needed, Marty. That was a fine score indeed, and Dara O'Shea will look back on that with a little bit of displeasure with the poor sideline kick he executed.
A little bit of concern there for Mark O'Shea. Obviously picked up a slight knock there on the tooth as the Monaghan fans try and encourage their players. All-star footballer last year, Kerry minor back in 1998. You may recall he scored 2 memorable points from cornerback against Armagh in the quarter-final last year. Made his championship debut against Limerick in Limerick, in fact, I think it was, in 2002. Kick out by Dermot Murphy from Monaghan. Slipping by the hands of Rory Woods. Comes back for his Dick Clerkin, following the footsteps of his dad Hugo. Playing for Monaghan. There's a push on the back, and that's going to be a free out for Kerry. Just a little push by Kieran Hanratty. Free this time for Kerry and Paul Galvin. Sending it low and getting the return. Trying to seek out Kieran Donaghy. There's a follow through there by Damien Freeman to just say, I have arrived. And it's the first opportunity for Kerry to put their names on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I think we should refer to actually the switch in the Monaghan team. John Paul Moan actually is playing in the full-back position and is directly marking Kieran Donaghy.
And he's a big, tall lad now, and he played at midfield in the Ulster final against Tyrone. But he's a very versatile, very talented player. All the Moan brothers are, in fact. It's going to be taken by Mike Frank Russell. Score of 6 points against Cork in the Munster football final, 5 of them from frees. Simple tap over for the Lone Ranger star. 2 points to 1 in favour of the boys from Monaghan. Kick out by Shane Duffy from Mahercloon. Beautiful catch. Seamus Scanlon getting his first touch. Lobbing it in high. Colin Cooper waits for the break. Hit a fair shoulder. Damien Freeman. Still Cooper goes forward. The ball is loose. Referee has blown his whistle and has given the free to Monaghan. Taken quickly. Down for his own Lennon. Ball picked straight off the ground. Free to Kerry.
Well, certainly Monaghan are not standing in ceremony at the moment. They're getting in their tackles very crisply and very sharply, Marty.
Darragh O'Shea was giving the ball to Colm Cooper to take the free. I think the Monaghan cornerback thought it was in play. So it's the Dr. Crooks man from Killarney that's going to take this. Gives it plenty of height, dropping right in, easily gathered. Monaghan built from the back. Owen Lennon back there helping out his defence. He was the man that originally cut the ball. Good work by John Paul Moe. Slow and methodical. Gary McQuaid, he certainly likes to go forward. Ty Holland in North Monaghan. Good ball up first, Thomas Freeman. Staying with him is Mark O'Shea, twisting and turning. Freeman looking around for a little bit of support. Good play by Monaghan. Kieran Hanratty cuts inside. Kerry are ball watching. Here's Hanratty. He's brought it down. That surely is a penalty. Kerry defence were ball watching, as I say. Kieran Hanratty suddenly found acres of Croke Park in front of him, and Dave Coldrick had no doubt. Look at this again. Got inside. Now just watch the Kerry defenders. Hanratty suddenly saying, hey, look at this. Here I go. Inside the large rectangle. Brought down. Penalty.
Yeah, it was just in the margins of the large rectangle again. Very good play from Hanratty. Held his nerve very well to keep the ball in play. Invited the tackles. Won the penalty.
Thomas Freeman. 2 goals and 20 points. Facing Dermot Murphy. All-star goalkeeper. It's Freeman. Low. Goal. What a start. Rank outsiders. After 8 minutes of play, the scoreboard on top of your television screen, left-hand corner, is not a mistake. It's Monaghan 1-2, Kerry 1 point, a brilliant penalty, and a brilliant start by Monaghan.
Yeah, that's coolness personified, Marty, it must be said. Just slid it into the bottom left-hand corner despite the despairing dive of Dermot Murphy.
Monaghan were saying all along they had to start brightly. That 6-week gap just might mean Kerry were a little bit ring rusty. If they allow Kerry to settle, then Monaghan were going to be in trouble. It's worked out. It's a dream start, really, for Seamus McEnaney's men. Coming out to gather this is Mark O'Shea, under a lot of pressure. His brother is there to help him out, but it's pressure, as we saw in the dressing room beforehand, and that's what's working for Monaghan so far. It's early days, though, when you're facing the All-Ireland champions. Darragh O'Shea gets the return pass. Aidan O'Mahony comes from centre half back, dropping it in long. Monaghan first to the ball. Desi Moan under severe pressure from Kieran Donaghy. Picked the ball off the ground, Kieran Donaghy is claiming, but the referee just seconds before that had blown the whistle. He's going to give a throw ball here. Owen Lennon is the number 9 from Monaghan. Kieran Donaghy, big 6'5". Ball rebounds off several feet. Back there helping out his defence is the Monaghan captain, Damien Freeman. Lays it off to Colin Flanagan. The pass was not a good one. Mike Frank Russell goes after this. Damien Freeman and Colin Flanagan there under pressure. Concedes possession. Sideline ball Monaghan. Kieran Donaghy is down injured. He picked up what seems to be a facial injury as a result of that sequence of play. Certainly from that camera angle he looks okay, but just a little bit winded.
Well, certainly it's a case of welcome to the Pleasure Dome. From a Monaghan point of view, they're being outstanding. Again, their intensity is way superior to Kerry's, it must be said, Marty. And it's just interesting, the last ball Darragh O'Shea got there, you sense that he realised that there's a problem out here at the moment that they need to rectify very quickly.
Meanwhile, the Monaghan fans rejoice. But for Kieran Donaghy, it's a question of just getting time to recover, as this ball seemed to bobble all over the place. There came the challenge from Dick Clerkin, and there seemed to be a high challenge as well.
Was, yeah, I think actually an elbow might have got Donaghy that time in the face. Maybe lucky enough, Clerkin wants to get away with it.
Darragh O'Shea pumping it in high again. Damien Freeman is back there helping out his defence under pressure from Mike Frank Russell. Referee has blown his whistle. Free to Monaghan. Ball is not a great one, but John Paul Moan gathers it. Good play by Monaghan, confident play inside their own half of the field. Is Dermot McArdle found? I would have thought so. Referee says play on. John Paul Moan lays it off. Freeman is back there again helping out his defence. So too is Stephen Gollagly. giving it long into the space. Kieran Hanratty chases after this. Good work by Pádraig Reedy. Got the ball out, but conceded the sideline kick far side.
It must be said that Monaghan are way sharper and they're playing in a very uninhibited way, Marty.
Long ball inside towards Vincent Corey. Knocked down. Back there helping out his defence is Seamus Scanlon. Fairly frontal charge on Kelly and Young. Referee says just gave a finger wagging. Play continues on. Down into the corner. Colm Flanagan says leaves it to Dermot McArdle. Ball given away. Monaghan cannot afford to make simple, unforced errors like that, particularly inside their own half of the field. Twisting and turning. Pressure, pressure. It's the motto from Monaghan. Free quickly taken. This game is really being played with tremendous pace. Coming from midfield is Owen Lennon. Showing a little bit much ball, but it works out fine. Comes far as Thomas Freeman into the space. 3 Kerry lads chase after him. Not a good ball into the centre for Paul Finlay, but Monaghan control it this time. Gary McQuaid comes from centre half back. Acres of space, but all the players more or less in a huddle. Now the floated ball in towards Vincent Corey. Chasing after him is another number 3, Thomas Sullivan. Back outside, as Rory Wood scored the opening point. Coming from centre half back again is Gary McQuaid. Try to pop it from here, but it's well off target.
Yeah, certainly, but at the moment Kerry are just chasing shadows. It's all Monaghan, Marty. Their support play, their running power, their ability to find one another is vastly superior to that of Kerry's.
It's down at the other end where Kieran Donaghy is keeping company with John Paul Moan. Punched on by Seamus Scanlon. Picked up by Stephen Golightly. Lays it off as Damien Freeman. Diagonal ball over first Kieran Hanratty. Pass was intended for Rory Woods, but easily intercepted by Pádraig Reedy. Here come Kerry. Captain Declan O'Sullivan. Colm Cooper. O'Sullivan gets the return. Tries to send this over the crossbar, but the umpire is going to signal that one wide. Kerry's cage has been rattled. Very
much so. Again, a beautiful interchange of passes that time. Again, where Sullivan shot wide. But it's interesting they didn't try Donaghy that time with the long ball, even though he was in a one-to-one situation with John Paul Moan.
Kick out by Shane Duffy. Some pushing. This time Dick Clerkin puts up his hands and pleads with the referee to no advantage. Kieran Donaghy arrives. Tussle for possession. Seems to have gone off the Kerry man according to the linesman Derek Fahy. This is going to be taken by Gary McQuaid from Ty Holland in North Monaghan. Was very impressive right through the Ulster Championship campaign. Paul Finlay is fouled, quickly taken. Stephen Golightly puts it into the space. It's not going to work out according to his plan. Declan O'Sullivan tries to lay it back quickly, succeeds. Seamus Scanlon. Paul Galvin into the corner to seek out Colm Cooper. John Paul Moan staying with him. Referee spotting the foul by the Clontibrets footballer. That's going to be a free in for Kerry.
Yeah, that's a lovely bit of distribution that time by Paul Galvin out to the corner. Again, great off the ball movement by Colm Cooper. Again, invites the tackle from John Paul Moan, who just leaves the hand in, drags him down, and a deserved free in.
Referee David Coldrick having a word with one of the Monaghan players. That's going to be a yellow card for John Paul Moan. And that's not a good start for the left half back come full back, because he's under pressure now himself.
Very much so. Again, discipline is all important. Okay, you can have all the aggression you want, it must be very disciplined though.
Mike Frank Russell, 1 out of 1 so far. Make that 2 out of 2. The first time in 10 minutes that Kerry have scored here in Croke Park, and still that Thomas Freeman penalty separating the sides. Kick out by Shane Duffy. Confirmation of a yellow card for John Paul Moan. wearing 7 but playing at full back. Ball is aimed at Donaghy, who laid it off. Here comes Declan O'Sullivan, brought to ground by Desi Moan. Still Declan O'Sullivan keeps playing on. Referee has blown his whistle, I think for the second time, and he's going to have a word, I'm sure, with the right corner back. And that could well be another yellow card, so the Moan brothers will be in trouble, both of them.
That was an outstanding layoff, it must be said, though, from Colm Cooper into the on-rushing. I think it was Declan O'Sullivan, and again, I think it's just a ticking.
Just a ticking. Heavy shower here at the moment in Croke Park in Dublin. As everybody in the lower tiers of the Cusick and indeed the canal ends head for cover. Colm Cooper, meanwhile, has to steady the ship and raise the white flag for the first time on a personal basis, for the third time for Kerry. Picture tells the story of a pretty miserable few minutes at the moment, but again, as I can predict, I think, there are blue clouds in the horizon. Shane Duffy taking the kick out again. Right down the middle. Breaking ball. Picked up by Aidan O'Mahony under severe pressure from Rory Woods. Free to the Kingdom.
Yeah, that's the 4th kick out actually the Monaghan have had today, and each one of them Kerry have won it on a break, Marty.
This is the incident again involving Aidan O'Mahony and Rory Woods. Aidan O'Mahony fouled there. RTE man of the match in the All-Ireland final last year when he operated at left half back. Frees conceded at the moment, 6 and 10. Quickly taken over to the far side. Colm Cooper laying it off inside for his clubmate Owen Brosnan. Coming across is Dermot McArdle. Good defending, but you can see now with the heavy rain that handling conditions are more difficult as time progresses. This is Dick Clerkin. 10 minutes since Monaghan scored in this quarter-final. Down far is Kieran Hanratty, created the penalty opportunity for Thomas Freeman. Good defending this time by Torrick Reedy. Here comes Thomas Sullivan from full back. Lays it off as the rain continues to pour here. Owen Brosnan gives it long, aims at Kieran Donaghy, knocked away by John Paul Moe. Waiting there for the break is Gary McQuaid. Owen Lennon pumps it into the space. One jersey, 2 jerseys being pulled. Kieran Hanratty is claiming innocence, but I think it was one of them, 2 of them. Torrick Reedy was the other culprit. Just watch there. There you see the 2 of them at it.
Yeah, I don't think in that case, you know, it's a clear free out for Kerry, must be said.
Declan O'Sullivan. There's Paul Galvin, knocked away. Seamus Scanlon as Kerry tried to control matters. Owen Brosnan sending it straight over the crossbar. First point for the Killarney man. And Kerry are now just 1 point behind.
Yeah, that's a very, very good strike from Brosnan. But just going back to Monaghan for a moment, Marty, I think they're drawing too many of their own players back into their half-back line. Damien Freeman is forsaking an attacking role to act as an extra half-back, as is Stephen Gollogly on the other side. And I think as a result, whenever Monaghan have an attack, there are too few players up there.
Owen Brosnan's point, the first from play for the Kingdom. Kick out is more strategically placed. Out for his own Lennon. Kicked in by Dermot McArdle. Kerry beginning to find their rhythm now. Dara O'Shea lays it off as Declan O'Sullivan, who's running exploits and incisiveness down this right wing, is beginning to pose a few problems for Monaghan. Colm Cooper tries to get it in for his Donaghy. Breaking ball again. Damien Freeman. Rory Woods hit a fair shoulder. There's some hard hits going in. Desi Moan, Gary McQuaid, not a great ball, I must say. Interception by Paul Galvin, and another shoulder. It is hard stuff here in Croke Park as the tackles goes in, one after the other, over this side. Another one, that looks like a foul, and Colm Cooper, and a free for Kerry, more or less in front of the posts.
Yeah, there's some huge hits going in there. I think John Paul Moan hit Sullivan an unmerciful belt there a couple of moments ago, but as we mentioned, Marty, they must stay disciplined.
Right on cue, Martin, because there's some dissent An extra 13 metres and a far easier challenge for a quality player. Shane Duffy is nodding the head there, I think, in agreement. Colm Cooper has already scored 1 point from a free. This is his second on its way. A simple tap over for the Gooch. This gives you an idea of the passion and indeed some of the hitting here. Aidan O'Mahony and Rory Woods. Down goes Woods. Here comes Paul Galvin, laying it inside. Here's another one with Woods hitting Galvin. Declan O'Sullivan and John Paul Moan. Fantastic, hard physical game. No complaints from either side, from either manager. Sometimes we complain that the physicality sometimes is being taken out of Gaelic football, but we have it here in abundance. Level for the first time after almost 22 minutes of play. Blatant pull on the jersey by Damien Freeman. Eventually Paul Galvin is given his free. Over this side, Dara O'Shea. Not a great ball from him, I must say. Paul Finlay goes up for it. Breaking ball comes from Dermot McArdle. There was a boot going in of that loose ball. Referee blows his whistle. Free to Monaghan. Quickly taken. Over at the far side there with possession. Owen Lennon. Thomas Freeman. Jersey was being pulled. Referee spotted it as well. That's a free in for Monaghan. Mark O'Shea is saying he did absolutely nothing wrong. I don't think it's going to work for the Gaeltacht man.
Yeah, again, it must be said, Mark O'Shea and Thomas Freeman are having a very good tussle on one another. O'Shea, one of the best man markers in the country, and again, Freeman giving an immense amount of running off the ball for his outfield players. But again, I think there was a definite free in that case.
15 minutes now since Monaghan scored. They need to put this one over the bar to put them back in front again. They had a great start to this quarter-final. Just seem to have lost their way slightly. But they're back in business thanks to that pointed free by Paul Finlay. Kick out by Dermot Murphy. Coming through the middle was Aidan O'Mahony, but he's deemed to have picked the ball off the ground. Ball sent in fast. Again, it's Mark O'Shea. Seamus Scanlon laying it off. Monaghan chasing and pursuing with great vigour. Tomas O'Shea under pressure again, loses possession. This is what Monaghan have to do to really put it up to the All-Ireland champions. Here's Rory Woods. Monaghan players left and right make options, and Murphy saves brilliantly. Rebound comes out as the Kerry captain, Declan O'Sullivan. Tomas O'Shea, not a good ball. In comes Owen Lennon. Thought about laying it off. Goes for the long ball instead. And it's a good one. Plenty of Kerry defenders there. Tom O'Sullivan. Again, the slippery conditions make it difficult. Vincent Corey pushed on the back, free to Monaghan. The pendulum of power seems to have swung back Monaghan's way momentarily. Here's Kieran Hanratty trying to take on Corey Grady, and the umpire says that has gone wide, actually.
Yeah, I think that's true to say, Marty. Just again, the pendulum has certainly gone back Monaghan's way just for the moment again, but just going back to that last time with Rory Woods, a great opportunity there, great position he was in, good pressure being put on him, but Dermot Murphy, wonderful save with his feet.
Rory Woods had options, but full credit, he went for it. Monaghan by no means intimidated by the reputation of Kerry. Seamus Scanlon did well to retain possession, gives it back whereas Tomas O'Shea lays it off. Owen Brosnan blocked by Dermot McArdle. Good play Monaghan. Castleblaney Forksman to Colm Flanagan, as Monaghan now try to control it at their pace. Gary McQuaid, outstanding in the Division 2 final back in 2005. Good ball inside as well for Rory Woods. There's a chance here in Monaghan. He's still going to take the fisted option and sends it over the bar. It's his second point in this quarter-final. And the big man from Dunnermoyne, nephew of a chap that I'm sure you all know, that if you follow Gaelic football, a chap called Nudie Hughes. This is his nephew scoring his second point.
Yeah, he's playing very well again. Was more sensible maybe with the option this time again. Took a certain point. Might have gone for a goal again. It was a similar situation that he had a couple of moments ago. But I think the risk was too great.
Good long kick out by Dermot Murphy. Gathered by Damien Freeman. All of Monaghan must be in Croke Park, because every time a Monaghan player grabs a ball, there's a massive cheer. Long ball from Dick Clerkin. Gathered this time again by Mark O'Shea, Scanlon, Dara O'Shea, Paul Galvin. Looking around again for the options of a long ball. It's Cooper and Donaghy. Knocks it down, breaking ball. Monaghan latch onto it. Tessie Moe lays it down. And here come Monaghan again. 27 minutes played. Lays it in low. Aimed at Vincent Corey. That didn't quite work out according to plan. Tom O'Sullivan is there. Lays it off. There's Dara O'Shea. 4 All-Ireland medals in the back pocket and 3 All-Stars. Breaking ball favours Gary Quaid. Stephen Goligly. Gary McQuaid being hit off the ball there accidentally, I think, more than anything else. Referee says, oh! And Richard Woods lays it off. There's a chance here from Monaghan. Vincent Corey's inside, but Goligly goes it alone, and he puts it over the bar. What a first-half performance by Monaghan. This was the game they dreamt about, getting to Croke Park, taking on the Kingdom, and they're certainly giving them one hell of a game.
Well, they certainly are, Marty, and again, they're playing at a pace that Kerry are finding it difficult to live with at the moment, and the whole problem for Monaghan now, and in fact, the question for them, can they sustain this for the remainder of the game?
Kick out goes past midfield. Damien Freeman's first touch. Owen Brosnan coming through. Hit by a wall of Monaghan players. Colm Cooper tries to make an angle for himself. Twists and turns, coming from a defensive position. Mark O'Shea doing well, still dropping this in, and that looks like a good score. Killian Young it was that was coming from a right half back position. That's a good point by the Reynard man.
Yeah, that must be said that time again. Killian Young again, very, very good attacking instincts. Went into the gap where there was one again. Great vision though from Cooper to see the opening player over on that side of the pitch.
Some start for Seamus McEnaney and his boys. He must be well pleased at this stage. Not so pleased, Pat O'Shea. Half an hour almost played, his side trailing by 2 points. Good kick out again by Shane Duffy. Breaking ball, picked up by Gary McQuaid. Operating as a tight centre-half back and a good sweeper. He loses out to Owen Breslin's pressure. Ball inside is not a good one. Out comes Dessie Moe. Colm Cooper battling hard, slipping and sliding. Outside here is Seamus Scanlon. Colm Cooper floats it in high. It's 2 against 1 here. Advantage Kerry. Kieran Donaghy. Back to Mike Frank Russell. Squeezes it inside the left-hand post. It's his first point from play and his 3rd overall. Half an hour played in Croke Park.
Yeah, again, significantly that time, Donaghy fielded it very well. Mike Frank, as usual, riding shotgun with him and a great score. But Donaghy is one of the few involvements he has had in the game to date.
Like Dara O'Shea has 4 All-Ireland medals. Dave Coldrick going down to his umpires, which includes his brother John there. That's the man with the black cap and the glasses, as well as Seamus Gahan. Just having a word with the 2 boys. Obviously some off-the-ball activity. Going to have a word, I think, with Dessie Moe and perhaps Colm Cooper. Dessie Moe was on a black book warning. And Seamus McEnaney ensures that his corner back is not on a yellow card. 1 yellow card so far in this quarter-final. That being shown to the Monaghan number 7, John Paul Moan. Kick out, breaking ball, Rory Woods. Backfires Gary McQuaid. Vincent Corey wants it over towards the Cusack stand side. Number 3 on number 3. Here comes Corey. Makes an angle. Tries to flick it inside. This is good play by Thomas Freeman. He's straight through. Can he get a touch? Goes off a Kerry man. And if you happen to be a Kerry man, I'm sure you're worried about your full back line at the moment, because Monaghan are able to do a couple of 1-2s. That ball slipped away from Damien Freeman, and it wasn't far away from a goal.
Well, I think the conditions are contributing to it in a little bit at the moment, Marty. It's very, very slippy after that early rain, and again, that time Kerry very lucky not to have conceded a second goal.
And it was Dara O'Shea that was back there helping out his defence, Martin.
Yeah, again, Damien Freeman got into a very offensive situation that time. It's a place we haven't seen him too much up to date, because he's been playing as an extra half-back up to now.
First season in charge. Still, of course, involved as the games manager with the Munster Council. Won an All-Ireland club medal himself in his playing days back in 1992 when they beat Thomas Davis of Dublin in the final. Paul Finlay from Ballybay. 14 points in the championship so far. It's dropping a little bit short. Did that touch a Kerry man? Yes, it did. Second 45 for Monaghan.
Yeah, just to pick up a point you made a couple of minutes ago there, Marty, there's a degree of uncertainty about the backline at the moment. Again, nobody attacked that ball with any degree of conviction.
Thomas Sullivan is a natural cornerback rather than fullback, and I mean, Mike McCarthy is still a huge loss. While Aidan O'Mahony might have filled Seamus Moynihan, if that's even possible, because we all admire Seamus Moynihan, but he's done very well at centre half back. I wonder about the fullback line though. Here's Paul Finlay with the 45. Hits it well, but the reaction is a negative one, I'm afraid. 4 wides from Monaghan in this first half.
Yeah, and their scores they have to be getting. If you look at Dublin yesterday, I think Mark Vaughan pointed 345 during the course of the game, and maybe it's pointed 7 or 8 during the course of the season. And again, every one of those scores need to go over.
Kick out by Dermot Murphy. Punched down by Dick Clerkin. Picked up by Killian Young, who's already come forward from a wing-back position to add to his personal tally of points. John Paul Moan and Colin Cooper battling it out, and the referee has blown his whistle, given a free in. Looks like Desi Moan and could be in spot of bother here. He's already got a finger wagging from the referee, and here comes another lecture. Looks like a yellow card this time. David Coldrick saying is having none of it.
Well, he's been fouling quite a bit at the moment, and again, the umpire brought some of his indiscretions to David Coldrick a couple of moments ago, so it's no surprise that he's been booked.
2 yellow cards in this first half from Monaghan, both of them to the Moan brothers. Mike Frank Russell, All-Star Footballer 2000. Twice an All-Ireland under-21 medalist, 1996 and 1998. Going for his 4th point with the help of the post. Reaches that particular aim. Level for the second time after 34, almost 35 minutes of action.
Yeah, it's just coming into half-time at the moment, Martin. It must be said, Kerry will be quite happy to be on level terms, because overall they have been outplayed during the first half. Monaghan have brought all the urgency and all the enthusiasm to the game.
1 minute of additional time just been announced here on the public address by Pierce Freeney. Kick out by Duffy. Far overside. Breaking ball again, so vital. This time Damien Freeman is cute enough to wait for it. Goligly gets it back, and the process starts once more. That's a very good ball and a great diagonal run by Thomas Freeman. Mark O'Shea keeping him company. Freeman onto the left boot. Can he put this over before the half-time break? Umpire signals wide. It's been a good first half, though, for Monaghan, Martin.
Very much so, although I think Kerry have grown into the game as the half has gone on, and I think have got to grips around the middle of the park. But again, if you look at the scoring chances, again, Cooper has got 2, Freeman has got a goal and a point. Again, it's been a good game.
It's been an interesting head-to-head. 2 points for Cullum and 1-1 for Thomas Freeman. Very much part and parcel of the story of the first half. Punch down. Goligly It's all to no further use because the referee, David Coldrick, has blown the half-time whistle. Thomas Freeman scored the penalty after 8 minutes that gave Monaghan a wonderful start. It was created by the incisive run by Kieran Hanratty, but slowly, Kerry have got back into this game with 4 points by Mike Frank Russell. It's an interesting quarter-final, isn't it? Do stay with us. We'll be back with analysis after the break. It's Kerry, 8 points. Monaghan 1-5 at half-time. Thanks, Michael. Monaghan just back onto the field, and Thomas Freeman just on your television screens there momentarily. No obvious changes as of yet, but indeed, as Kevin and Colin were discussing with Michael, Monaghan have to reproduce that opening 10 minutes of the first half again, and indeed, if at all possible, to maintain it for a longer period of time.
Yeah, very much so, Martin. Again, one of the great things about Kerry is that they have this capacity to see off teams with spurts of brilliance. They did it in the Munster final just after half-time. They scored a goal and 5 points without replying the first 15 minutes of the second half, and again, it was all inspired by that man there, Darragh O'Shea.
They do say in Monaghan that they're the fittest team in Ulster this particular season, thanks to the great work of Martin McEnaney. Well, this is going to be a test. They finish every game, I have to say, Monaghan very strongly. What will it be like in about 35 minutes time? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. First pick up there by Killian Young. Lays it back, and here come Kerry now. Paul Galvin, yet to score in this quarter-final. Winning clean possession. John Paul Moore laying it for his Rory Woods. Owen Lennon floating one ball over the heads of everybody to a good positioned Damien Freeman. In towards Vincent Corey, knocked away. Bounces off the boot of Kieran Hanratty. Pulled so that to get it out of the danger zone. The two number 10s, Declan O'Sullivan and Stephen Gallagher. The overlap provided by Tomas O'Shea. Dropping this one in, aimed at star Kieran Donaghy. Couldn't knock it down to Mike Frank Russell, so he has to go back and gather it. Paul Galvin, Colin Cooper on the overlap. Galvin turns, floats this one in. Shane Duffy is underneath it, and the ball has not, yes it has, crossed the line. The umpire was about to raise the green flag, hasn't done it, and it's play on. The referee has blown his whistle and given a free out. That's what has happened.
That is correct, Marty. The referee blew the whistle. The umpire was undecided, but the referee had made the decision for him. He called a free out.
Kieran Hanratty under pressure. Kieran Donaghy, star, is bewildered down at the other end. Let's just see what happened here as the ball came in. Now, was he inside the square? Small rectangle. Well, it seemed to have crossed the line, judging by the feet of the goalkeeper, but the referee had blown his whistle. Didn't matter. Here's Vincent Corey, who we've seen very little of in the first half, trying to make an angle. Blocked by Tom O'Sullivan. Good defending by the fullback. And Diarmuid Murphy is there to sweep up. Tomas O'Shea. Out over the sideline. Sideline ball from Monaghan.
Yeah, that was a bad pass that time from Killian Young. He left Tomas O'Shea with no option, but just watch the time, I think, from Galvin. Donaghy was in there, I think, before the ball arrived, and the referee had called a free out.
So you think he was right?
I think he was right, actually, yeah.
Okay. Sideline ball, far side by Paul Finlay. In towards Dick Clerkin. Seamus Scanlon is there. Lays it off. Well, we had pouring rain in the first half. We have a little touch of sunshine here. Start of the second half. Declan O'Sullivan switching from right half forward to left half forward. Tackled by Rory Woods illegally. Black book is shown to the number 14. Ball is sent in again long up towards Kieran Donaghy. They're trying to knock it down to Colin Cooper. Gary McQuaid goes down on it, and he is fouled, and that's going to be a free out, quickly taken. But just when that happens again, you just might watch the way Cooper doesn't go for the ball. They're waiting for the knockdown from Donaghy every single time.
Yeah, and it's significant, actually, in the first two attacks of the second half, they've used Donaghy, something that didn't do at all through the first half.
And you know what I just spotted as well, that the cornerback from Monaghan was aware of it, and here comes Monaghan down at the other end. We'll go back to that in a moment as Thomas Freeman sends this over the bar. That is a fantastic score. Psychologically, a massive boost to Monaghan. This was superb football.
Yeah, again, a lot of people would think there was a lot of risk involved in that kick from such a difficult angle, but he certainly got the reward for such a brave bit of football.
punch down. Gathered initially by Declan O'Sullivan, and the second time guaranteed. Out first, Paul Galvin. Donaghy is the target. Obviously, that's the plan from the half-time talk. Gary McQuaid is back there. Over this side available is Owen Lennon from Latin. Scored a point in the Ulster final. Down first, Paul Finlay. Looking for a little bit of support. It arrives. The reinforcements. Once again, it's Lennon. Aimed at Vincent Corey. Both managers must have been telling their players to drop the ball in long to their respective full forwards, because the two number 14s, Vincent Corey and Kieran Donaghy, not getting much ball in that first half. Under pressure, Aidan O'Mahony wins possession back. Far zone Brosnan. Long ball on its way to Kieran Donaghy. Going up for it. Gone inside unmarked is Colm Cooper. Mike Frank Russell floating this one in. Has to get a touch, and Dermot McArdle did very well. So too did the goalkeeper. He kept it from going out for 45. Tenacious play by Monaghan, and the free is to Monaghan for a foul on Dermot McArdle. But credit the Monaghan boys. They're chasing absolutely everything.
Yeah, that was a wonderful piece of defending actually by Dermot McArdle. Okay, he gets fouled here this time by Colm Cooper, but just before that again, his ability to intercept a beautifully weighted pass from Mike Frank Russell definitely prevented a goal.
And the Kerry half forwards are inclined now to move out around midfield, and they're using the long ball into Donaghy, and it is very interesting to see the Monaghan cornerbacks react. They're actually not going for the ball, they're standing in front of Donaghy so that they can get and prevent Gooch and Mike Frank Russell getting clean possession.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Pat O'Shea has had a chat with the Kerry team at half-time. He has reorganised his way of playing, and again they're playing the full forward line much quicker this time. But Gary McQuaid has got himself into a couple of wonderfully defensive situations for Monaghan to pick up the broken ball that came off Donaghy.
Dermot McArdle is still down injured. He wasn't actually selected against Down, but did play against Derry. Played against the Tyrone corner back in the Ulster final. Had a groin problem earlier in the season. And this is the incident that has led to another injury as he went down there. But, he's fully recovered as we just look at the replay. Seems to have been a shoulder problem. He's played in nearly every position for his county. Free taken by Shane Duffy. Seamus Scanlon, the goalkeeper, is backpedaling back to the goals as Kerry go in pursuit of more scores. Paul Galvin steadies himself. It's aimed at Donaghy. Shane Duffy is there. Under pressure. Manages to get it out for Stephen Goligly, but it carries a little bit too much pace. With him is the opposite number 10, Declan O'Sullivan. Goligly fouls, and it's a free in for Kerry.
Well, certainly the pressure stakes have gone up considerably for Kerry in the second half. They're playing with a greater degree of intensity. It's as if they're sensing that they're in trouble if they don't actually raise the levels that little bit extra.
Going over to take this is Colm Cooper. Made his championship debut against Limerick back in 2002. First appearance actually was in a National Football League game against Laois. This to equalise the teams. The umpires consult. He's rather slow in getting to the flag, but he's there now, confirming that the sides are level for the third time in this quarter-final. There's the head-to-head, and what an interesting contest. Colm Cooper on 3, Thomas Freeman on 1-2. 3 out of 4 scoring chances, 3 out of 3 for Freeman. Number of times fouled, 3 times from Cooper. He's leading just in that particular statistic.
Yeah, just about. But an interesting thing also, Marty, just Kerry have only scored 3 points from play during the game up to date.
Interesting indeed. Paul Finlay goes for the long ball. Kieran Hanratty has gone into space again. Gathers, turns, and that is a fabulous point. He wasn't even supposed to play. Conor McManus was named in the starting 15, but just as I came across here to the Hogan stand, Seamus McEnaney called me and says there's one late change. He's made the penalty and he scored a point. And going on the journey to the championship quarter-final, he scored 2 goals and 2 points so far.
Yeah, but again, to me, he was outstanding in the early rounds of the championship. Okay, his inspiration dried up a little bit, but he's coming good again today.
Dick Clerkin wins the free. Rory Woods wanted to take it quickly. Floats it down the wing instead. Damien Freeman trying to get it in first. Thomas Freeman, if he can get there. The brothers combine. Did well to keep it in. Here comes Vincent Corey. Knocked away from Thomas Oliver. Out fires Thomas Freeman. Thought about taking a point from there. Difficult angle. Damien Freeman, the brother, the captain, has to release the ball. Given away rather easily. Picked up by Seamus Scanlon. Surely the Kerry man was fouled there. Up there too is Desi Moan. And it's the cornerback from Monaghan. And across the face of the goal. But what is the cornerback doing up there?
Well, certainly that's why he's a cornerback. Again, that was a great opportunity that time. Again, great pressure put on Scanlon that time by the Monaghan defence, or by the Monaghan attackers, I should say. Moore gets onto the ball. A little bit more composure that time was a definite score.
Monaghan make a change. Coming in is Darren Hughes. And going off is Stephen Goligly, who had been moved back to left half back. Darren Hughes is from Scottstown. Second cousin, actually, of Kevin Hughes, that plays midfield for Tyrone. Kerryman was charging. Referee had accidentally indicated the free going in the opposite direction, but it is from Monaghan. Ball into space, but it is not a good ball. Despite Thomas Freeman's best efforts, failed to get there and hurt his knee in the process. Sideline ball is taken. Free for Kerry. It was a terrible ball that created the problem for Thomas Freeman, and off camera he is still down injured, just picking himself up now.
Yeah, again, he's so central to everything that's good in Monaghan. Just watch him, he's being treated at the moment. Somebody's over just administering to him. Just watch it here, he slides into that to try and keep the ball in play. And again, I think he went on to the concrete part of the ground there, and certainly has wrenched his knee, I think, or his lower shin maybe.
And he's vital to the cause from Monaghan's perspective.
Well, certainly in this year's championship he's been outstanding for them, Marty, in every single one of the games. Again, he's the outlet for most of the outfield play, and again, if he were to go off, it would be a mortal blow to their chances.
Top scorer in the Ulster Championship with a goal in 15. Second behind James Masters, and we indeed pass our good wishes to James, recovering from that broken jaw received in the very first quarter-final against Sligo. But Thomas is 10 points behind him going into this game, but he's already narrowed the gap with a goal and 2 points in this quarter-final. Damien Freeman has been shown a yellow card. Not too sure exactly what happened there, but his manager won't be well pleased. Paul Galvin going to take this free. And Thomas Freeman is still down injured. And back into his position. But if he was to depart, it would be a massive blow. But he also needs to be able to be on full power and on full speed. This is Paul Galvin looking at the options. Gives it short this time. Not a great ball, I must say. Paul Finlay pulls in it first time. That looks like it's going to be a sideline ball for Kerry.
Yeah, Monaghan are doing the very same thing as they did Donegal in the last round. They're pulling 13 men now back behind the ball and just leaving 2 players up inside the Kerry half of the field.
Killian Young. Confirmation of the yellow card. Damien Freeman, captain. Challenge on Paul Galvin was an illegal one and an unfair one, and Dick Clerkin, I'm pretty sure, will be shown a yellow card here by the referee David Coldrick.
Yeah, that's a very clumsy tackle that time by Dick Clerkin. Again, he met Paul Galvin and certainly caused trouble and earns a yellow card for his troubles.
Spent most of the National Football League campaign travelling back and forth from Finland, where he's based. This is the challenge.
Yeah.
Oh. We were wondering why Damien Freeman got a yellow card, and you can see that was the foul that created it.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier on, Marty, about the importance of Monaghan staying disciplined. Like, they can tackle like dervishes, but at the same time they must keep calm.
12 minutes into the second half, almost 13. Monaghan leading by a point. David Coldrick issuing instructions and having a word with Dermot McArdle. Looks like that's going to be a yellow card as well. So obviously some activity that the referee not impressed or pleased with. He's issued 2 yellow cards. Certainly Dick Clerkin deserved his. I'm not too sure what Dermot McArdle was doing.
I say persistent fouling, Marty.
This ball is dropping in, but left and wide. And that's Kerry's second wide. They only had 1 wide in the first half. This is their second in the whole game.
Yeah, they haven't found the rhythm at all today, Marty. Again, they've been pushed out of it, to be honest about it, because of the intensity of the Monaghan team. But again, they've only scored once in the first 14 minutes of the second half, which is something that we wouldn't have expected.
Pat O'Shea is not pleased at the moment. Monaghan scores the breakdown, by the way, of that 1-7. A goal from a penalty, 6 points from play, and 1 from a free. It's impressive. Some information as well in terms of possession. 50-50 down the middle. It's a very tight quarter-final. Seamus Scanlon, Colm Cooper. Seamus Scanlon had gone inside, but he wasn't anticipating the return pass, and there was a gap, a very wide gap. Monaghan just losing their concentration slightly. Dick Clerkin is fouled. Free to the Ulster boys.
Oh, that was a wonderful opening that time. If Seamus Scanlon had the instinct to keep going, Cooper put a beautiful ball into space, but there was nobody to run into it.
Ball down the middle is not a good one for Rory Woods. Easily intercepted by Aidan O'Mahony. Scanlon once more to his midfield partner, Dara O'Shea. Owen Brosnan lofts it high. It's 1 against 1. John Paul Moan and Kieran Donaghy. Umpire and referee agree. No foul, no threat. Kick out for Shane Duffy. Monaghan going to introduce Paul Megan, and he's coming on for Desi Moan, who's been on a yellow card and has this tendency of fouling. So obviously Seamus McEnaney, the manager, has decided to bring in Paul Megan from Inniskeen. And he normally plays as a forward. He came on as a sub against Down and Derry. Good hurler as well, by the way. Played with the Monaghan under-21s only last year.
Yeah, he's been introduced in quite a number of their games, but again, it typifies the versatility that most of the players have. They can play either front or back, again, just as exemplified by Damien Freeman, who's playing in every position of the field nearly, Marty, throughout the game today.
Monaghan, the only Ulster county left now in the championship, and indeed, if you saw what we had, our pictures earlier in the first half where it was pouring rain, we now have glorious sunshine. Kerry are also introducing a substitute. Paul Galvin is taken off, and coming on is Sean Sullivan. He came on in the Munster football final against Cork in Killarney, and he scored a point. A disappointed looking Paul Galvin, but he never actually got going in this quarter-final. Kick out by Shane Duffy. Well gathered. Long ball in towards Kieran Hanratty. Breaking ball, referee however has blown his whistle. Monaghan corner forward was fouling Pádraig Reedy. Killian Young. Dara O'Shea. Good ball in for Colm Cooper. Couldn't hold it the first time. Picked up by Damien Freeman, who's now operating on a regular basis at left half back. Look at that, 10 minutes since Kerry scored, 9.5 minutes from Monaghan. Perhaps this attack will change that statistic. Better ball for Vincent Corey, chasing after him Tom O'Sullivan. Under the shadow of the canal end, Corey trying to get inside O'Sullivan, still Corey trying to make an angle for himself, back outside. Good ball, there's Rory Woods, hits it on his left, lobs it over the crossbar. One attack, 2 players, 1 point. Monaghan 1-8, Kerry 9 points. 53.5 minutes played.
Yeah, significantly that time Vincent Corey did all the donkey work on a great ball out along the corner flag again. Fed it to Woods again, a fabulous score.
Aidan O'Mahony bursting out, fouled, free quickly taken. Down towards Mike Frank Russell. Can he maintain it? He can't. Inside the line of action. Sideline ball, Monaghan. Going to be taken by Paul Finlay.
You sense this is a critical period of the game, Marty. It's there for Monaghan if they can hold their nerve and keep pressing on. Kerry need to get scores quickly. Long ball. Aimed again at Vincent Corey, who's far more involved in this second half. Willing to take on Tom O'Sullivan. Hanratty, difficult angle. Was that the right option? Oh, incredible. It was. It's his second point. And Croke Park is alive with blue and white jerseys, flags, buntings, you name it. It's Corey the creator, Hanratty the finish. Look at this. Most forwards wouldn't even try from there. Yeah, but it typifies the confidence that's in Monaghan at the moment again. Hanratty has been superb today. That's a wonderful score by him.
3-point advantage from Monaghan. 54 minutes played. Ball in first, Mike Frank Russell. Overlap provided by Owen Brosnan. He scores spectacular goals. He has to get inside the cover. Lays it off to his clubmate and county-mate, Colm Cooper. Floats it in high. This is aimed at Donaghy. Grabs it, hits a boot, and it's gone wide. Inches, centimetres, millimetres, take your choice, but it wasn't far away. They're floating them in high as they can, down towards Hill 16. Up goes Donaghy, takes a shot. Ooh.
Just think he snatched at it again. Colm Cooper got it, I think hit the ball somewhat again. Donaghy did very well to win it in the air, but just snatched at it a little bit in shin. Duffy had a cover perhaps, but that was a bad miss.
Player down injured is Gary McQuaid. Kieran Donaghy wants every ball in high if at all possible, and he's winning them. Breakdown of Kerry scores 9 points, 6 from frees, only 3 points from play, and there is concern at this moment in time for Gary McQuaid, the centre-half back from Ty Holland in North Monaghan. He's a really good player now. He moved to centre-back when Vincent Corey earlier in the championship, earlier in the league I should say, was moved to full-back. Yeah. And he's adapted well from left-half back to centre-back.
He's been outstanding for them all year, Marty, again. He rallies them when things are going badly. The dynamo of the team, as you said earlier.
Possession vital along centre field. It's Dick Clerkin over towards Hanratty. First to alert, Tomas O'Shea. Aidan O'Mahony, Owen Brother. Far side available, Sean O'Sullivan. Seamus Scanlon. Rory Woods preventing him from going any further. Ball is aimed at Donaghy once more. Batted down, chance of a goal! Declan O'Sullivan. It finally worked. The long ball in around the square. Donaghy there or thereabouts, sniffing around. The ball broke past Declan O'Sullivan, and he smacked it home.
So simple, Marty. Again, they have tried it again and again today. That's the first time it has worked. The flick down, the anticipation, the finish. Great score from Declan O'Sullivan. Kerry are right back in it.
This quarter-final level for the 4th time. Declan O'Sullivan, the captain, leading by example. 13 minutes left in this 4th and final quarter-final. Who will play Dublin on August 26th? Loose ball, referee correctly blowing his whistle. Kerry making a change as Brian Sheehan comes on from Mike Frank Russell. A change in the Kerry attack, and a very good substitute to have in Brian Sheehan. Meanwhile, Monaghan go back into the attack. Here comes Hanratty. He's going to try and get through. He's fouled, and there's a free and dead straight in front of the post from Monaghan, but he wasn't that far away from breaking that initial challenge.
No, he's been outstanding today, I must say. He anticipated that very well. Has been shown great energy throughout the game. Again, it's been a real handful for the Kerry full back line.
This should be a relatively simple tap over for Thomas Freeman. Monaghan Footballer of the Year twice, just 26 years of age. Thomas Freeman has scored a goal and 3 points in this quarter-final. Monaghan may have lost their 3-point advantage thanks to that wonderful goal by Declan O'Sullivan after 57 minutes, but they're back in front now.
Yeah, but you must credit Declan O'Sullivan's calmness when he got that opportunity. He was very, very, very cool about it. Just placed it neatly into the corner. And again, Monaghan needed that score to answer Kerry's goal.
Kick out is aimed at that O'Shea. Breakdown comes far as Paul Finlay. Gets it in long. Vincent Corey, Tom O'Sullivan. Who's it going to be? On comes Hanratty. Flick inside. Oh, hand chance here for Freeman, and it's blocked out for 45. What a sequence of play, and Kerry again in the full back line looked exposed, but watch the hand, the magic hand of a Kerry defender here, because the pass inside meant that the Monaghan man was clean through. There was the hand outside. There was the chance again. Out for 45.
Wonderful defending, it must be said, by Kerry. Again, just watch the block. I think it's Mark O'Shea comes in and gets his body in front of it, but such bravery, actually.
Twice he did it, Martin Kearney.
That is correct.
Great play by Mark O'Shea.
Yeah, but again, the guy who's taken me to the fair is Kieran Hanratty. He's been magnificent today. A guy who was probably disappointed that he didn't play in the qualifiers against Donegal, Kilmonagh Sullivan that game. He's really answered all his critics today with a really exuberant display.
They brought the goalkeeper up to take the 45. Not quite as dramatic as Damien Fitzhenry. But the result, I'm afraid, is not as satisfying from a Monaghan perspective. Back he runs to the goals down at the Hill 16 end. Monaghan maintained their 1-point advantage. Less than 10 minutes in actual playing time left. Monaghan leading by 1. Change on the Kerry side. Tommy Griffin is coming on, and going off is Torrick Reedy. Tommy Griffin played, of course, midfield, so that's going to mean changes again. It looks like Tommy's going centre back. Aidan O'Mahony is going in corner back.
That's it, Marty. Again, Aidan O'Mahony is going into the danger area at the moment, where Kieran Hanratty is causing Kerry an awful lot of problems.
Kick out by Dermot Murphy. Referee has blown his whistle for some pushing as that ball was landing down on top of them. Aimed again at Colin Cooper or Kieran Donaghy. Picked up by Damien Freeman. Good ball over for his own Lennon. Won a Sigerson Cup with DCU back in 2005 with some quality players like Stephen Cluxton and Conor Mortimer. Rory Woods had a great first half. They're lobbing it in high again towards Vincent Corey. The knockdown is to Freeman. There's a touch there. Back outside first, Paul Finlay. That's over the bar. It's his second point. Monaghan are back in front by 2. Lost 3 thanks to Declan O'Sullivan's goal, let me remind you. Back comes the point from Thomas Freeman. Go back in front, and now here comes this ball and Paul Finlay.
And again, it's so simple, Marty. A very basic tactic. High ball into an area that is creaking at the moment, which is the Kerry full back line. Corey gets his hand to it. Finlay does the rest.
A packed Croke Park at this stage. Thoroughly enjoying the football. Sean O'Sullivan to Seamus Scanlon. They're aiming at Donaghy. Knocked away again by John Paul Moan. Outside, waiting for Darren Hughes. Monaghan playing with control and style. Gary McQuaid fully recovered from injury. 8 minutes left. Ball into space, not a good one. Easily cut out. Mark O'Shea doing tremendous work coming from right corner back. Did some great defending there a few minutes ago. Pass is not a good one. Going down on the ball is Colin Flanagan. Linesman John Bannon indicates the Monaghan man had gone outside the perimeter, and that's going to be a sideline ball for Kerry.
Yeah, well, John Bannon was right in the spot that time, made the call correctly. But can I make one point about Kerry at the moment, Marty? Their half forwards are playing too far out to avail of the breaks that are coming off Donaghy.
Dara O'Shea looking again for Donaghy. Sliced off his boot slightly. Almost gathered. Succeeded. Nolan Brosnan back outside for Seamus Scanlon. Chasing after this, Darren Hughes. Kerry regroup. Tomas O'Shea. Interception by 1, Rory Woods. Kerry, however, maintain control. Tommy Griffin willing to take on De Clerkin. Referee claims he was overcarrying. Free out to Monaghan. greeted by a massive cheer at headquarters. 6.5 minutes left in actual playing time. I think there's no doubt about the foul here by Tommy Griffin. Damien Freeman goes for the long ball. Plenty of Kerry defenders. One of them is Aidan O'Mahony, now operating in left corner back. Back to O'Mahony once more. Brian Sheehan available this side. Lobbing it in again. Colm Cooper at the end of it. There's a punch. There's a wide by Owen Brosnan.
Yeah, Owen Brosnan came in that time again. Maybe the ball was coming in on top of Cooper. Brosnan took it off. But again, Donaghy wasn't in the place where he was needed. And I noticed Donaghy gesticulating to his outfield players that they're not giving him the quality that he requires.
Darren O'Sullivan is coming on. And he is replacing Owen Brosnan as Kerry try to reorganise, regroup. Their All-Ireland title is on the line. Monaghan, the rank outsiders, they're beginning to sing. They're beginning to beat their drums. They're beginning to believe what Seamus McEnaney has believed for the last 3 years. There's talent in the county of Monaghan when it comes to football. But they're up against the All-Ireland champions. Tomas O'Shea continues to lob this in high. Breaking ball, picked up by Darren O'Sullivan. Available this side is Brian Sheehan. Will he go for goal or point? The latter is the answer. 1 point between the teams.
Yeah, again, a sensible choice that time by Brian Sheehan. Again, a nice combination between the two subs. Darren O'Sullivan in 2 minds, but eventually gave it to Sheehan. I think he did the right thing, Marty, a good score.
Good play by Kerry, creating the space and availing of it. About 4.5 minutes left. It's a tense time in Croke Park. Kick out by Shane Duffy. Breaking ball again. Picked up by Tomas O'Shea. And the Kingdom are intent on getting back on level terms and more. Sean O'Sullivan floating this one in. Kieran Donaghy swipes at it. And that is to the right and wide. 6th wide of the game for Kerry. Yeah, sorry, Martin, the game plan just not working no matter what they try.
That's right. Again, Sean O'Sullivan made a lovely run out that time to the right, but again, he overcooked the pass somewhat. And again, their inability to really free Donaghy or to find Donaghy with those balls has been a consistent feature of the game in the second half.
Kick out. Dara O'Shea. Seems to have picked up a facial injury there in the process of getting the ball. And the referee, Dave Coldrick, has told him that he'll wait until he's sure he's able to continue on. He is. As Monaghan introduce Hugh McElroy, and the man that's going off is Rory Woods. Meanwhile, Kerry go back into the attack. Brian Sheehan going through. Pass inside to Sean O'Sullivan, intercepted. Great play, Monaghan. Was he fouled, Dick Clerkin, as he kicked that ball? I would have thought so. The referee didn't think so. And he's the man with the whistle. Knocked away by Paul Finlay, but Kerry retained possession. Brian Sheehan lobbing this in and sending it over the bar. The depth of talent that counties like Kerry have coming to the fore here when you can bring on a substitute like Brian Sheehan, able to score points like that under pressure. Kerry Monaghan level for the 5th time after 67 minutes of action.
Yeah, but admirable play again, once again by Tomas O'Shea. Indeed, the way he's inspiring, the way he's driving his team forward. Again, a good ball to his substitute Brian Sheehan, and again, his coolness personified as he shot that point.
2 minutes left. Are you a betting man, Martin Kearney? A draw?
No, I like history, Marty, and I think history has a habit of repeating itself somewhat. In 1985, these two teams met in an All-Ireland semi-final and drew. Maybe it's going to happen again this time.
That O'Shea gets some medical attention. Just got an accidental knock there, and to his credit didn't complain or anything, just went on about his business. Pat O'Shea, master tactician, Kerry manager in his first year, trying to hold on to the title. Monaghan player down injured. As Kerry go into the attack, Tomas O'Shea. Running forward is Kieran Donaghy, looking for possession. Lays it back for Darren O'Sullivan. Gone inside is Tomas O'Shea. They're queuing up, they hits it, and that is over the bar. Tomas O'Shea coming from right half back to show the forwards how it should be done. Darren O'Sullivan and O'Shea combining. In comes the fist and over the bar. Kerry lead.
Well, it's like he has an inbuilt radar that he senses what is needed at a particular time. And again, that's the second time in the last couple of minutes that he's driven forward. This time, the first time to assist, this time to score. Just watch this again. The referee might have given a free against Darren O'Shea for wide use of the boot that time. They didn't, and as a result, the play went on. Score for Kerry.
Paul Megan is the player that just got that little knock from the accidental boot of Darren O'Shea, and it means that Monaghan have their full 15 and they now have to seek an equaliser. Chance, and it's well wide. No danger to Dermot Murphy there, and he's happy to see it go out over the end line. Seconds away from the 70th minute. We are now into injury time. Brendan McKenna is about to be introduced from Monaghan. Change yet again from Monaghan. Are they about to suffer heartbreak at the quarter-final stage? They need possession from this kick-out. 3 minutes of additional time. 3 minutes from Monaghan to get an equaliser. The game that they have led right from the beginning. Level 5 times. They have possession. It's Monaghan that get the free. Dick Clerkin holding possession momentarily. Referee David Coldrick not giving any extra meters for dissent or for delaying the kick. And it looks like it's going to be Paul Finlay that's going to take this free. We're in the 71st minute. 2 minutes of additional time still to play. Can he put this over from here? It's well wide of the target, I'm afraid, but it's still in action. Fine catch by Darren O'Shea. We saw him do something similar when Kerry played Limerick a few seasons ago in the Gaelic grounds, right under the crossbar. Kerry's experience vital here. Happy to retain possession. 71.5 minutes played. Aidan O'Mahony. Seamus Scanlon. Lobbing it forward. Sideline ball, Monaghan.
Well, I think if there's any justice in sport, Monaghan will go forward and get another point, because, you know, their spirit and their bravery has been exemplary all day. Like, I mean, you would love to see it rewarded, but you've got to credit Kerry's coolness and calmness under an awful lot of pressure.
Ball given away. That little bit of composure that's required to pressure time. Declan O'Sullivan, Scanlon, Brian Sheehan. Valuable contribution, 2 points since introduced. Darren O'Sullivan, a race for possession. Monaghan have to get there. They succeed in getting there. Win the free. Kerry quite happy to delay the free being taken. And there's an extra 13 metres. Damien Freeman, the captain. Paul Finlay. They have to try and run it from here, and they also have to try and retain possession. But Finlay goes for the long ball into space, up towards Vincent Corey. Falls inside Corey. But there's plenty of defenders there. And once again, not for the first time this afternoon, it's Mark O'Shea. How far is Aidan O'Mahony? 10 seconds left in actual injury time. Black book aimed at a Monaghan player, Owen Lennon. Is this going to be Kerry's day? It's now at the discretion of the referee. The injury time has been played of 3 minutes. Yellow card for Owen Lennon. And a red card as well. Or for Dick Clerkin, I should say. Monaghan reduced to 14 players. But it doesn't matter because Kerry have survived. They are through to the All-Ireland semi-final on the 26th of August. Monaghan players fall to the ground, crestfallen, heartbroken. Paul Finlay gets an encouraging word from Brian Sheehan. Kerry fans applaud and acknowledge a wonderful performance by Monaghan. The journey continues from Monaghan. They have yet again failed to beat Kerry in a championship game. Vincent Corey can hardly believe that once again defeat is their lot. But what a brave performance by Monaghan. Level 5 times in this quarter-final. In total, twice in the first half. Thomas Freeman's goal after 8 minutes from a penalty seemed to signal the arrival of Monaghan at the biggest stage in Gaelic football. But Declan O'Sullivan's goal after 57 minutes gave Kerry the lifeline, and their experience told. The All-Ireland champions go through to the semi-final against Dublin on the 26th of August. Full-time score, Kerry 1-12, Monaghan 1-11. What a game. Let's go down to the sideline and Joanne Cantwell.
What a game indeed, Marty. I'm with the winning manager, Pat O'Shea. Pat, through to the semi-final, but are you happy with the performance?
It's just all about getting to the semi-final at this stage. The result was most important. Obviously the performance, you know, there's areas that we'd like to work on. Monaghan are a very good team, you know, they proved that. You know, they probably should have got something out of the game with the way they played. But I got to credit all lads, you know, when the going got tough there near the end, you know, they dug in and, you know, they won another close game, which is great for character building. You know, we're happy, obviously, we go into the next, you know, the next round, the semi-final, and we'll take it from there.
It seemed to make a difference in the second half when you started sending in those long balls again, like last year to Kieran Donahue.
Yeah, well, as I said, I mean, sometimes they're working. You know, today there was a lot of ball going in, and it was